Looking for a way to get healthy? The Chef You and I program has the answer. Kathryn Raaker and chefs from around the nation will teach even the most inexperienced how to cook. Come into their kitchen and watch them take ordinary foods with loads of calories and fat and turn those foods into healthier dishes. You will be the first to get tips and ideas on foods that are easy to prepare. Now let's join Kathryn and today's chef and learn how to make today's recipes.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of The Chef You and I have my friend, thank God, Terry Young here today, Hi. And my really wonderful friend Miriam Merton with us today to help. She doesn't like to get in front of the camera. So anyhow, but that's all right. She takes great pictures too, and I love her to death. And in her honor, we're doing shepherd's pie. Am I correct, Terry?
Yes.
So, as you know, I have a cast. So I have a little problem, right?
Yes.
So that's why you decided to come and help me, right? Mm-hmm. Good. You got to talk more.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you the ingredients, and then we're going to do all the different parts to it. We need 5 cups of boiled potatoes, and Terry is actually going to do these real quick for me because that's the hard part. I can't get those off. Terry, as you know, I used to live in England.
Yes.
And I love shepherd's pie. And so I was thinking about Marion the other day, and I thought, you know what? Shepherd's pie would be great. So I made it. It was tough with one hand.
Oh, yeah.
You can imagine. I had to hold a knife on the potato and then peel it like this all the way over. It was crazy. So if you don't want to do that, you can get, believe it or not, frozen potatoes, or you can get
flakes,
but it just doesn't taste the same. You've got to get those golden potatoes and cut those puppies up, and it's delicious, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we're also going to use a cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of butter softened and divided, 1 egg yolk. You're probably going to ask me about that egg yolk, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Well, the egg yolk actually binds everything together, and when you come to the browning part, it just really helps with the browning, okay? A half a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, 1 pound of ground beef, and we've used the 80 or 90% fat-free. And actually, I got them for a deal. They were each $5.99 each, which was cheaper than buying it for $13.49, right? A pinch of salt and ground pepper to taste, and we don't use salt with Terry because she can't deal with sodium. So we do a lot of low sodium. So she does no garlic for me, and I do no salt for her. A fourth of a cup of tomato paste, 16 ounces of tomatoes with the juice, 1 onion chopped, a cup of shredded carrots, a half a cup of peas, 3/4 cups of shredded cheddar cheese, if you like cheese, and 2 teaspoons of fresh parsley that I have in the refrigerator that I'll bring out later. So the first thing you did was Marion was really sweet enough to do our
potatoes.
So here, I'm going to do this, Terry. We have one of these wonderful little things that you can scoop everything up with and use. I can actually do this for you, believe it or not. And put them in there, and we're going to turn them on because they're the main part of this meal. They're the top part, right?
Yes.
And so, and then I'll take, we usually have a little thing that we use, but I'll use this. And
What's the name of that, a Bagwell?
Yeah, it's a Bagwell.
Bagwell.
And we're going to put these in here. Sometimes I use them out in the garden, which is nice, and we'll go for that. You know what? We've had so many deer this year, right, that they've been really hungry. So what do you think we feed them? Corn chips. They love them. Corn chips. They love them. Anyhow, so we have all of our ingredients, but you need to take this and open it up, actually. And we are going to, in our 360 Pans, who's one of our sponsors, their skillet, we are going to actually brown that ground beef, and then we're going to add some onions after we brown the beef. Some people do the onions first and then add the ground beef, but I kind of like to do it the opposite way, okay? So, and we're going to make regular mashed potatoes, but we're going to use a masher. So I'm going to let Terry show you what we're doing. And if the cameraman could come over here and see what we're doing, it would be really nice. So we have the potatoes on, and we're going to have a kind of a Greek salad with this lovely meal, right, Terry?
Yes.
So what do you have to do? You have to brown it?
Just brown that, and then we'll put in the onion, and then let that cook for a little bit, and then we drain the grease off, and then start putting our mixture together.
And it's going to have what? Peas, carrots?
Peas, carrots, tomatoes. If you don't like tomatoes, you don't have to put them in, or you can use any kind of vegetable.
Some people use ketchup too.
Yes.
Right? Or they wait until it's done and then eat the ketchup, right? Okay,
Yes.
Terry. So, here you go. I can't do this part. I'm
Okay.
sorry. That's the part I can. I'll watch it. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on it. That's one thing I can do. It took me about 50 minutes to make shepherd's pie the other day because I had to hold the potato with a fork because of this, and then I peeled it with my right hand. Well, you don't know how much you miss your right hand or your left hand or whatever hand when you get into a cast, right? So this looks good. We love 360 pans, Cherry. You know why? They are so
Easy cleanup.
Yeah, they clean up like you wouldn't believe. A friend of mine took it on a camping trip, and he didn't do it on a grill. He did it in a fire pit, and guess what? It came perfectly clean. Do you want another knife?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. So, so what have you been doing? You went to Florida, didn't you?
I went to Florida for 3
Yeah.
weeks.
3 weeks, and what happened? You went to the beach?
Yeah, we went to the beach. We only went to the beach like twice.
Really?
Yeah,
How come?
because we were on a boat the rest of the time.
Oh, that's why. So it was in the 80s and 90s, wasn't it?
It was 87 almost every day.
Oh, wow. So the humidity wasn't there. And then you went out on the, didn't you go out on the, not the bayou, what do you call it?
Oh, we went on
An airboat.
an airboat, and saw the alligators, and then after that we went to like an alligator refuge out
Have
in
you
the...
have you had gator at all before?
No,
No?
no.
It kind of tastes like chicken.
Chicken?
Yeah, it does.
That's what they
So-
say.
Yeah. Actually, in South Carolina, they have a lot of gators, alligators, and it's wonderful. So, anyhow, they're on the golf course a lot.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the weather was good.
Weather was great. There wasn't... It did not rain one day that we were there.
I don't wanna
And
hear about
usually it rains a little bit each day, but it goes away right away.
Yeah, that's true about Florida. We used to live in Florida. We lived in Jacksonville. We lived in Fort Walton Beach. I mean, we lived a lot of places. I think that's about
Yeah,
enough
that is.
onions, right? Okay, so actually, there isn't a lot of grease on this. I'm really surprised. So you could put the onions and then we could rinse it off. It doesn't matter. So this only takes about 25 minutes in the oven because you're actually, what you're doing is you're actually cooking everything ahead of time and you're really warming it.
Right.
That makes it wild and fun. Yeah, that looks good, Terry.
Yeah.
So I hear that Chris, your husband, loves shepherd's pie.
He does.
He does. So we had lunch with him today,
Yeah.
and he was really excited about it. So, and I was really surprised when my husband said, "I love this shepherd's pie. I can't believe it." Right? So we're going to let that continue cooking, and we are going to make kind of a Greek American salad. And then I need those phyllo shells, not now, but we're going to put wonderful pudding in it.
Okay.
And have that for dessert.
All
We're going
right.
to take a short break, and we'll be right back on
The Chef, You and I.
with Terry Young and Kathryn Raaker. We'll be right back. We're back on The Chef, You and I. And I just put the butter into the microwave. Do you know why? Because I like to melt the butter for the potatoes.
Right.
And before you put the egg yolk in, you have to let it cool.
Yes.
Why?
Otherwise, it would cook the egg.
Yeah, it would curdle it, right. And that's when I make my Greek lemon soup, you have to do it that way too.
Right.
It's wild. Okay, it should be ready. Here we go, Terry. So, cancel. All right. Here you go. You can leave that over here, right? Now, what are you doing next?
Going to start putting the ingredients inside the
So I'll hand
meat
them,
mixture.
I'll hand them to you.
Okay.
All right. And so we're putting in frozen peas. We're doing, I love these carrot, they look like carrot sticks, like, you know, potato sticks. They're so easy. They're already done for you, and you don't have to shred them, but you can do that yourself. It's not hard.
The peas,
right?
I think, were a half a cup.
Yes.
And the
Half a cup.
carrots.
Yeah, the carrots are about a half a cup as well.
Okay.
No, actually, that was a cup of shredded carrots. A half a cup of peas. Okay. Now, that's your tomato paste, right?
Right.
And Terry really loves, and her husband loves, tomatoes. So we're using diced tomatoes, low salt. Right, Terry?
These are no salt.
No salt, sorry. Not low salt, but no salt.
No salt.
Right. And so, you know, if you are actually, you have a sodium, you have a problem with sodium, we do a lot of stuff on our show, on The Chef, You and I, with low sodium or no sodium. And, you know, more and more people are understanding people's allergies today. And Terry was so sweet, she brought over a new type of spaghetti sauce that has no onions and no garlic. Okay. So what else do you put in this?
We're going to put some browning sauce.
Right.
And
a little bit of, we're not going to put a lot of chicken stock. And the only reason why we're using chicken stock is because it has less sodium in it. And I'm going to move this over to here. Put it in the sink. There we go. And that looks good. And you stir that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And see, the potatoes are getting done a lot faster. So, you know, I watched one of the kitchen or one of the cooking shows, and actually they put whole potatoes in. And I know that whole potatoes take a longer time to do it. But I've got to say, these gold potatoes come out, they look beautiful as mashed potatoes, and they look gorgeous on shepherd's pie. So we hope that you won't be frightened of making it. And I called Miriam, who's from Britain originally, and I said, I really want to know what I should serve with this, right? So we're doing something a little different. We're doing it with a salad and then a real sweet dessert because it's really kind of heavy. It's good for winter, okay? And you could put them in the little what do they call them? Not crock pots. They call them what?
I don't know.
You can't remember, huh? Oh, well. Ramekins. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
You know, since I had this put on, I forget a lot of stuff. Ramekins, right? And that would be kind of different. I think so. Yeah, individuals.
Oh,
and then
that'd
you
be
could do a
nice.
salad with it and a
Right.
little dessert for lunch.
Okay.
Right?
I'm also going to finish.
Put some pepper in. Right. So we've got the oven at 375. Some people do it for 350. And this is, instead of making gravy, ladies, we found some lower sodium gravy. And
Right.
it was called Pioneer, and we went through the whole store looking for low sodium or no sodium, and we didn't find it. We found the lowest we could find, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you eat a little bit more juice or water or something with that? I would.
Okay.
Okay, just a little. Because remember what happened when we made it today, right, Terry? We made it today, and I'm going to give it a little water, just a little. And you could thicken it up a little bit. I'm just going to a little bit of water.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good. You could thicken it up a little bit so it wouldn't be really, that thin. So he's coming, our producer's coming over to look at it, and it looks really delicious. So we need to stir it up a little bit, and it looks really delicious with that, with the carrots and the peas. And I think I'm going to check on the potatoes in a minute, and I think they're getting done because we had help from Marion to do all the potatoes, and she did a great job, and then you did the last of them, right?
That's right.
Okay. So that's already ready, believe it or not, almost ready to go into that container. Now you can either use that or you can use that, but Terry's taking that home tonight, and I have a top for it. So, you want to thicken that up a little bit or not?
No.
No? You're fine.
No.
Okay. So you love to make different things, don't you?
Yes.
So you have a big family, don't you? Have a
Yes,
lot of
I do.
grandchildren.
A lot
She's
of
got great-grandchildren too, right?
Yes, I have 5 great-grandkids and 13 grandkids.
Wow. But I've got more grandkids than you.
Yes.
But I have less on the great-grandkids. I have 3. And they are all boys, which is so fun. A lot easier with boys and girls.
Yes.
Girls do what? Pout. Right? So
I was going
anyhow.
to say wine.
Right. They whine. So that's what we're doing. So you're going to keep that in the oven until it starts a little bit of browning on the top of the potatoes that we're
Right.
going to put on there. And then we're going to put them under the broiler, right? And it'll brown them up a little bit, and it'll look really, really pretty. And that's when I put the parsley on top. And I didn't do that for dinner. We didn't do that for dinner tonight, but we're going to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's do that. So I think it's ready to go in there. And what I'm going to do is check the potatoes to see if they're getting done yet, and they're not. So I'm going to turn these puppies up. And usually with the 360 pans, you don't have to do that, but I want to get them into a rolling boil here so we get them done. So Terry's putting all of that into the thing. And you may want to use a slotted spoon, maybe. No? You're doing good. I think that looks good. It's going to be delicious. You're going to love it, and everybody's going to want to know your recipe. And guess what? We're going to have the recipe on our website at thechefyouandi.com, where you can see not only, get the recipe and print it out, but you can send your recipes to us as well, to my post office box or to my email at kraaker123@gmail. Or and you want to be on our show and want to convert some of your things to make them lighter, you can do that too. And you can email me as well on that. And if you'd like to do something to make it fun for your kids, we do things with kids too. And actually, Terry's great-granddaughter, loves to come and be on our show. Is she coming for Easter this year?
She can, yes.
She can. Yes. So now show them what that looks like.
I'm going to bring that over here because that pan's hot.
Bring it over there, and you can see it. And then we're going to top it with potatoes on the top. Now, some people pipe them. It makes them look really cool.
Right.
But we're not piping them tonight, are
No.
we? No, we're not. So anyhow, and I think it looks really good. It almost looks like a beef stew almost, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
But I just like all the colors in it, especially the tomatoes. And you had tomatoes in the other one, didn't you?
Yes.
So that's good. So anyhow, this almost done, kid. I can feel it, actually. So I'll turn it down just a little bit. And I think we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back on The Chef You and I with Kathryn Raaker and our guest chef today, Terry Young. We're back, Terry, and you've already done all the potatoes, and I'm mashing them with a masher and holding on with my good hand here, right? Not good hand, my bad hand. But you're probably wondering what happened. Well, I'll tell you. I had 2 bones taken out by my in my thumb at the bottom by where your thumb is, because I had osteoarthritis there. And listen, I didn't even realize I had it until one day it started hurting. And it wasn't that long before I went to see my brother, who's an occupational hand therapist, and he said, yeah, I know exactly what's wrong with you. And then the next day, I got an appointment with the surgeon, right? And 2 weeks later, I think, well, I had to go and get a lot of tests and stuff, you know. And that's what happened. So can you pour, let's see, we've got this right here. Hold on.
We'll pour in some butter.
Butter. And
which is 2 tablespoons.
of butter. And these look really good. And I'll tell you, real potatoes taste really good, right?
Yes.
Yes, a total difference. I remember when my mom used to do this. You want to put that in there?
Yeah, it's a cup of sour cream.
And a lot of potatoes today have sour cream in them, which makes it really nice. And then we're going to put some
Philadelphia cream cheese, just
Right.
a little chunk.
Yeah. And we're going to mash that all up together, right? And can I have the cream? Because we're going
Yes.
to add cream to it.
And this is
That's half and half.
half and half.
We're-
Or you can use heavy cream.
Or you can use regular milk if you need to, right? So I need you to whip this up a little bit.
Alrighty.
Now that, so we're going to do that. That'll be good. Here, hold that. Okay. No, we don't put the egg in till just a minute or
Right.
2 because we don't want that egg to turn into scrambled eggs,
Right.
right? Okay, let me get you a spoon, Terry. That looks good. Now, let me get a spoon. We've got a, wait a minute. We've got a spoon there, over
Right.
here.
I'm
What?
going to use
What?
also a knife.
Oh, all right, but I need a spoon out
Okay.
of here. We've got another jar full of stuff. Okay. So what I'm going to do is do this to it. And it's already mashed. It looks really good. And we want to put the egg in there now, Terry. Since I put the cream and stuff in it, it's cool enough to do that.
Okay.
Okay. So, and you just use an egg yolk, not the,
Right.
not the, wait a minute, I'll put this in here. Not the, now doesn't that, it makes the potatoes look even more yellow, which is even better, right? That looks really good. Can you get, oh, you got the parsley out, because we're going
Yes.
to do that. But our friend Marion told us that we should do this thing with a knife, so we're going to try doing that. So I need to move, you need to move that over here. Can you bring that over here so that we can do it, or one way or another?
I'm just going to scoot it over.
Okay, let's scoot it over like this. All right, so, and then what Marion suggested was that you take a knife and make like cuts?
No, little swirls. Little
Swirls.
after we get
Okay,
it
like
on
you
there.
do with meringue pie, or with, coconut cream meringue, or any kind of meringue pie, right? Now, if you were piping it, it would it would really look sharp, right? But,
Like little beautiful flowers.
yeah,
or-
I saw that on TV, and I kind of wanted to do it, but when you only have one hand and you're making it, it, looks weird. So this is wonderful. And your grandchildren and children alike will go crazy with this,
Oh,
won't
yes.
they? So that looks really good. Now, some people like to put cheese on it afterwards or whenever, right? And, but this is gorgeous. I really like bangers and mash, and I like steak and kidney pie. When I was in England, I ate everything. I had no problem with it. And the pubs have pub lunches. And, I think maybe this time with the new book, which comes out, by the way, in August, Elizabeth Bromwell, The Case of the Chinese Leopard. And my son wrote it this time. I'm really excited. And we're going to go on a tour, and I want to go back to England for part of it. How about that? Okay, we're getting all of it. Okay, so if
Well,
you could
we're
do
not-
that.
I'm not getting
Okay.
it to fluff as.
What?
I'm not getting it to fluff.
Well, go like this then. Okay, right? Make it, yeah, like that. And then, yeah. And then start doing this. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to put this in the sink. Hold on. And these pans clean up beautifully. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put some water in it.
I think they're not.
That's what she needs. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but I think because we didn't use a mixer and we just
Yeah, well,
did the potatoes the
how about,
old-fashioned way.
how about a fork?
That may work.
Like that?
Yeah.
Like this. That looks good. It's coming up, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as it comes up. Right. And then we're going to turn that water off, and we're going to put this in that 375-degree oven, and we're going to put some, you don't have to put the parsley on now. We can do it later, okay?
Okay.
All right. It'll look really cool. But I know exactly what Marion's talking about because
That
you know,
burns on the top a little bit.
it does. It burns on the top a
Crisp.
little bit. And with doing this, it actually will look even better, okay? And I have to, hold on. All right. So, what do you think? Is that going to be good?
That looks good.
That looks good. All right, so let's put it in the oven. And, whoops.
I'm opening up the oven.
Opening the oven up and put it there. And we
Yes.
put it on a tray because it becomes bubbly and squeaky sometimes. And just move it over there. And then we're going to leave it on for about 20 minutes, right? Hold on. Put it on the timer and enter about 20 minutes. And actually, it was done before that. I'm going to do 17, Terry.
Okay, that's fine.
That'll be, why didn't that go in there? Come on. There we go. It goes by really fast. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to make our salad and then our dessert, and
Right.
maybe we'll make a shake or something if we have more time.
Oh,
What do you
and
think
some
about
carrots.
that?
Let's make some carrots. first.
Carrots. Oh, I forgot about that. Let's make carrots first before we take a break. So you want to go ahead and do that?
Yeah. So we've already shredded or cut some carrots. So you just take the peel off.
And Marion did these before, so she's our major helper, right? And you can see those, how beautiful they are. And they're coins. We're going to make sweet carrots,
Yeah.
right? And I remember when Father came over one night and made them, and they were so delicious that people sometimes don't like cooked carrots, but if you do a certain thing with honey and other things, butter, they taste delicious.
Right.
Okay, so can you put those in there? That would be good. And then we'll put these in the microwave, and we're gonna
With some butter.
with some butter on it. Do we have butter?
Well, let's just cook those
Okay.
first, I guess,
All
and
right,
then
okay,
we'll
okay.
add
So can
butter.
You,
and
can you open that for me? All right. So there we go. Cook time is
5 minutes or
5 minutes, maybe. Mm-hmm. Okay. There we go. 4:30. We'll see how it goes. Oh, it's not doing that. There we go. So we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be right back, and we're going to make the salad.
salad.
And it'll be fun because it turned out really, really, really nice. And now, if you don't like olives and a lot of the things that we put in it, we're just going to make a simple salad, and that'll be fun. We'll be right back on The Chef You and I with Terry Young, our guest chef, and Kathryn Raaker. We'll be right back. We're back on The Chef You and I'm with Terry Young, who's our guest chef today. And so you put this in water, right?
Right.
And
cooked it for about 5 minutes.
right. And then you're going to do what now?
We're going to add butter and honey, and then let that melt, and then add it to the carrots.
And we're going to serve those along
Right.
with, and you'll see that. That'll be really pretty. And all the recipes, like I said, are going to be on the Chef You and I. And you can, we even have a printable version of it as well. You can print it out. And that looks luscious, doesn't it?
Is that enough?
I love honey. Keep pouring it in there, girl. You want to get honey in there all over the place. That looks delicious. Okay, I think that's enough. All right, let's put it in the microwave for about maybe 30, 45 seconds. Okay? Wait a minute. What? All right. We'll see what happens. So, like I said, we're going to watch that for a minute.
Okay.
And you've got all that. And we're going to actually make our salad after this. And so, and then we're going to actually serve them, right?
You're going to make the salad.
And I'm going to make a salad, and then we're going to do the dessert. And that's going to be really simple. Usually we bake our desserts or whatever,
Right.
but this time we went to the store, came up with some great ideas, and we're going to serve it just like that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So it should be done in 3 seconds, 2, 1, whatever. So what are you doing for spring break with the kids?
Oh, I'm not sure.
You're not?
I just got back from Florida, so.
Yeah, right. So we have 6 more minutes actually on the timer for our wonderful shepherd's pie. All right. So now what we're doing is Terry's pouring that over the carrots. And that looks really good, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. And then you're going to put up some parsley on the top of it, correct?
Right. I'm going to pour it in here.
Okay, that's good. All right. Is it hot? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. That's lovely. That looks beautiful. All right, and then put some parsley on top of it. And don't use all the parsley because I need some of it for...
I won't.
Okay, that looks good. So here's our carrots that you can serve with your shepherd's pie that we're going to take out in a few minutes. And we're going to take a short break, and we're coming back. No, we're not taking a short break. We don't need to take a short break, actually. We're going to make the salad now. So if you could take that over there, and we'll start. And actually, this is all actually washed, and all you have to do is tear it and put it in here. So can you help me do that? That's the hard part for me. And I'll do the actual tomato. I can do that. Okay. So here, I'll put this over here for you. Okay. And then I'll do the tomato. And so let me tell you, our network, our television network, the Simul TV network, is getting bigger and bigger. And we're going to be doing all kinds of new things. I'm going down to Louisiana, to Thibodeau, to go on a boat with fishermen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Can I have that one thing right over there? Yeah. All right, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'm going to Thibodeau and to Jamie Johnson, and he has a show that works with fishermen, and we're taking my niece and nephews down with my brother, who's decided to come on this.
That'll be fun.
It's going to be really fun because those boys are fishermen. Actually, Camden, the young one who's 7, he caught an 8-pound bass.
Oh, wow.
Right. I was going like, you got to be joking. No? And he loves to. So the last time I saw him, he goes, "And Kath, when are we going fishing?" And I said, "Don't worry, I got a trip for us." And then I was talking to the head of tourism in Nova Scotia. And they invited me to Nova Scotia sometime this summer to do a show with them. How about that? That's going to be cool.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, I think so too. Nova Scotia is really beautiful. And there are so many things to do there. And the fish, the lobster, all that wonderful stuff that they have. Well, I know you don't like lobster, right?
No.
Too bad. We'll eat yours. How about that? Right? So now we made this really simple salad, and we are going to put this in a nice bowl that we have over here. And we're going to serve that, and I'm going to serve it with lots of different kinds of dressing, because guess what, Terry? I think we don't have enough lettuce in there. I think we need some more because we're going to serve a nice little crowd, and I want them to have enough. That's for enough for 4 people, just enough for 4 people there. And then I'm going to put some feta cheese on it and a little bit of parsley, and we're going to serve that as our side salad. And don't you love when they put these things together? All right. So, and you know, usually with feta cheese, right, you want to do this. You want to break it up a little bit, right? And hold on. Wait a minute. I want a couple more pieces of salad there.
Okay.
Okay. Don't want it to look like it's not there. So, right. Go right ahead. And I always ask my guests if they're allergic to anything.
Right.
Right? Because that's important. So give me a little bit of parsley and some cheese, maybe. Okay, some different kind of cheese, right. So we'll do that. That looks really pretty, right? A lot of colors in this today, isn't there?
I'm going to check on that.
Yeah, check on that and see if we need to brown that. And then we can make our dessert real quick, and we're done. So here's the next course right there. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back on The Chef You and I with Terry Young and Kathryn Raaker. We're back on The Chef You and I, and Terry, this is the best time ever, isn't it?
Yes.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of parsley to the top of the shepherd's pie, the cheese first, and just a little. We don't want to make it too cheesy, right?
Right.
So I don't want it to take away from the wonderful taste it is. Oh my gosh, this is great. I like the way we kind of piped it a little bit, but made it look like a little like, you know, meringue. All right. So let's do this just a little, just to get a little bit of color, right? And I'll tell you what, making shepherd's pie is simple. Yeah, and it came out perfect. We put too much liquid in one of the ones that we made, but this turned out perfect. So that was easy, right? And so we're excited about that. I'm going to put the top on that. Now we're going to make the dessert. How about that, Terry?
Right.
And we didn't make the dessert, right? No, we didn't. So we bought the wonderful little shells. They're already baked, easy to buy, easy to do. And what we could do, Terry, is we could put a little bit of chocolate on the top of it. What do you think?
Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds good. So we need some chocolate have the producer get us some chocolate. So here we go, Terry. I'm going to bring them over, right? And then you can fill them. And this is really nice. I mean, because actually we've got a kind of a heavy meal here. Not really heavy, but it's really good. So we're going to give that a little tiny bit of chocolate, right? Okay, there you go. And I know that if my granddaughter was here and your granddaughter was here, they'd be gone in 2 flashes of a, right. But we can also use some of the graham crackers if you want to on the top of it.
Okay.
Or you could even use, this is banana pudding, and you could use, I know something we could use, which is really cool, is I can get our producer to, actually there's some M&Ms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, M&Ms in there. And Easter's coming, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Easter's coming, and I know the kids want to do the eggs, and they want to do cupcakes, and they want to do all kinds of stuff. So let's get a couple of different kinds of toppings onto these and make it simple. You could actually put some banana slices on there too.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So let's do it for the kids this time. I think this will be fun. So we'll use M&Ms, and it'll make it really colorful. Because I love it. I don't know about you, Terry, but I love M&Ms. So,
I do too.
I do too. So it's sad that my granddaughters and grandkids don't live around here, but I adopt kids, like the kids across the street. They are so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, And she's into Barbie dolls and all that other kind of stuff. And she's 2. And she's now riding a little scooter. It's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're almost done. And this meal actually was not expensive. It was fairly cheap. And if you were going to have 4 or 5 people over, you're going to have leftovers on the shepherd's pie. So you could do it for 2 or 3 meals. At least I still have some from last week that we made. Okay, so let's use those. Why don't we use some of those nut things, and then also why don't we use the, let me go right around here, Terry, and get these for you. And do that. I went to the show a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, I did. Can you open this for me? Oh, I got it. Never mind. So if you do that, that'll look really cute. And then do this. That'll be fun. And you could get your grandkids to make something like this with you. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, Rosalind would love this.
Rosalind would love something like
She would
this.
love.
So, and guess what? My husband made cookies, chocolate chip cookies this week. Oh my gosh, I loved them. They were absolutely delicious.
We'll add a little chocolate to 2 of them.
Yeah, put a little bit of chocolate. All right. Whoop. That looks good. And a couple more of these. You could put one here. What do you think of that? And so make it just fun for the kids and for you. And I love cooking with kids, and they're so much fun. And teaching them is so,
Oh, yes.
you know, I want to do another Halloween show next year and do some really spooky things. I mean, we do a lot of that stuff. So anyhow, so here we have everything from our television show today. I want to thank our sponsors, Cornhuskers, for their wonderful duck fat spray. We use it on everything that we do, right?
That's right.
And this little thing keeps on coming off. I don't know what to do about it, but that's all right. It's great. And these you can get, you can order online at Cornhuskers. And also, we want to thank 360 Pans for their wonderful pans and being our sponsors, along with Duck Fat. And we want to thank you for joining us today. You can find all of this up on our website at thechefyouandI.com. We'll see you next time. Bon appetit. And thank you, Terry, for coming to see us today. And Marion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Chef You and I Show today. We'll be back next week with another great and healthy recipe. Don't forget to visit our website, thechefyouandI.com, for all of our featured recipes, cooking tips, and clips of the show.